Hi, I'm Chaminda Ranasinghe. I'm the Chief Experience Officer at RMIT University. I'm part of the executive team at RMIT, and I've been in Sri Lanka for the last few weeks. And I'm delighted to be back at ICBT, our premier partner here in Sri Lanka. And I'm with Dr. Sampath Kannangara, the Executive Dean and the CEO at ICBT. Sampath, it is fantastic to be back here. But firstly, I want to say a huge thank you to you and your team, because through the pandemic, when things were quite difficult here for our students, you opened the doors for all of our students who are here in Sri Lanka and you welcomed them into your campus. So on behalf of the entire university, a huge thank you.
Well, pleasure is ours, Chaminda. As the Chief Experience Officer at RMIT University, we are really glad to have you back here. It's been a long time, especially through the COVID, and we have been in contact and doing a lot of things. But to have you in person now, it's very valuable for us, given the importance of our relationship between RMIT and ICBT.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Thank you. Now, Sampath, I've been here for a little while. I've been talking to a lot of principals, our other partners, and of course I've been speaking to a lot of students. And I'm noticing that there's a change in the circumstance. Of course, the circumstances around the country, but when it comes to student need and want, I can see a difference as well. What are your thoughts around what the students are looking for right now?
Well, it's quite a good observation, really. After the pandemic, the expectations of parents and students have changed quite significantly, and they are now looking for study abroad options, especially in Australia. And when it comes to study abroad, there is quite a big demand and interest in students to find the best path or the fastest path after O-level, especially to get into a university, especially a university like RMIT.
Of course.
From Sri Lanka.
And Sampath, this is the thing, when I speak to students, I always ask this question about what's the outcome you're looking for? You want to finish your studies, of course, but the outcome is to find a job, to find a career. Right, so then I often talk to them about what's the fastest path to get to that point. Now, of course, there are many paths you can take, but in my view, the fastest path is something like the foundation program that we offer. If you know that RMIT is the university that you're going to go to, if you have chosen a particular field of study that RMIT is the best at, for example, architecture or engineering, there are many programs, the design capabilities that we have, then the foundation program is the fastest path. So in that context, I'm keen to hear, given that our relationship is so strong, why should students choose ICBT?
Well, ICBT, we have been here for almost now 23 years. We are one of the founding higher education institutions in Sri Lanka as a private education institute, and we are currently the leading private education institute, having more than 15,000 students studying with us at any given time, and we have graduated more than 65,000 students, and we have 4 university partners including RMIT, and we have a very strong academic base. We have the strongest in the country, and students know that we give the best quality education in Sri Lanka.
That's brilliant, and to be fair, this is why RMIT chose ICBT to be one of our, if not our premier partner, one of our premier partners in the entire region. And look, what I've noticed is that quality of the academics, the quality of the facilities, that comes through. When the student comes to RMIT after studying here, they're better prepared than if they've gone somewhere else. And often the question that your team asks me is, why the RMIT Foundation program? And the simple answer I give is it's absolutely about preparing you for the best possible path when you get to the university. Of course, there are other things that you can do, but as you know, the foundation program at RMIT is designed with the university degree in mind, and it's tailored to the subject matter that the student's looking to study. The foundation program, for example, geared towards engineering, is designed for the student going into the engineering programs, or designed for that matter. So that's why I think it's so important. People don't realize that foundation is not simply about the stopgap between university and your current education. It's absolutely preparing you to have the best possible path through your university degree and then having a career. And I think that's why the RMIT Foundation with ICBT together is so valuable. So in that context, Sampath, I'm quite keen to make sure all of our students that are thinking about studying at RMIT and at ICBT get a chance to come and speak to our academics.
Especially what we do here is with RMIT University is to prepare the students after O-levels, when they join, prepare the students for university education from the foundation itself. That's something that you can't
Absolutely.
get from doing anything else. So they get the best launching pad to start their education through the foundation.
And to be fair, somebody, I've spoken about this, many principals that I've spoken to, many of the academics, the career counsellors here in Sri Lanka themselves are now saying, if you have the option, once you finish your O-levels, the foundation pathway is probably as good or better than any other option that you have. So I encourage you to think about the foundation pathway and talk to the team here at ICBT. And the best thing I can suggest is to reach out and have that conversation directly. Sampath, thank you. Sampath, it's great to be back at ICBT after many years, and thank you for showing me around this dedicated space that you have developed for RMIT students. Tell me a little bit more about it.
Yes, this is a dedicated space for RMIT students in our East Wing that we have newly built, and this space has group study areas, and they can have quiet study places if they want to study quietly, and of course there are rooms that they can book with audiovisual facilities that they can use to practice presentations or do any group studies.
Yeah, it's fantastic. A modern environment like this is so important in the current context of student experience, where you have hybrid learning. You need quiet spaces for online study, self-reflection if you like, and then space to collaborate and work with other team members to build your ability to connect with others and network. So this is a fantastic space. It's very consistent, in fact, to what you will see at RMIT. It's modern, it's fresh, it's edgy and urban, and it's what you will see in most modern workplaces as well. So I encourage you to come and see it for yourself and speak to Sampath and his team to find out more.